Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
All
sir,
right.
yes.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome, Tibo. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Let's Argue Football. It is a Monday, and in this show, results are facts, but opinions are definitely undefeated when they include Liverpool, when they include Real Madrid, and ever since Xabi Alonso left, there hasn't been that many complaints. This weekend, there were some cup shocks. Ha! Pagania! Posololo. Man, that made my weekend. Some title twists because Genuine said, he's looking for a partner that can, stay on top for a while. And Real Madrid with their Nivea slippery ass fell. Anyway, Derby dominance in other countries, late VAR drama, and yes, some serious flops. So we've got the Nedbank Cup where Giants are failing. The Premier League title race is heating up because Arsenal are actually SAP. They bottle. Hey. And then La Liga is flipping at the summit. And then Serie A is tightening up at the Champions League spot. Let me introduce you to the team in the studio. We got the man who sees the tactical shape before the managers do. Calm, composed, and always ready with the hard question. He'll control the tempo tonight. Tebow! And then we've got our
Ah, la
disruptor.
la. Welcome.
Kubeka.
And then we've got the
Who's the
disruptor. If you
disruptor?
It's
if your
me.
team if your team lost, if your team won, he's asking if it was convincing. Braroy, what happened, brother?
Nothing much, Lebza. Good to be back with you guys. And yeah, all that I'm gonna say is this was an eventful weekend. Oh, there's a lot of things that happened, but yeah, it's football. I can't wait. Let's get it, bro.
Let's get it. Well, guess what? Guess what? Tebow's gonna start us off with some Netbank Cup shocks. Tips?
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen, and to our viewers. We're going to start home, and wow, what a weekend it has been, especially in the NetBank Cup. Orlando Pirates were dumped out of the competition. I think they were still reeling from the defeat against Mamelodi Sundowns last week against Kasrik Stars. Imagine Kasrik Stars. The game even went to penalties where Orlando Pirates lost 5-4. Kasrik pulled off a
Yeah.
massive upset at the Orlando Amstel Arena. Imagine. Pirates were goalless after 120 minutes. The game went to a penalty shootout. And listen, Kasrik were absolutely ruthless. They dumped Orlando Pirates out. This is back to back emotional damage for all the Buccaneers like me. After losing to the defending league champions, the cutting edge is just missing. I don't know what's going on, gents. After that, we saw Golden Arrows, Lamontville Golden Arrows entertaining Stellenbosch, Angelo Van Rooy, your namesake, the winner. It was a disciplined and structured professional performance from the team from Lamontville. Gents, she was terrible, man.
No, man. You know what? As the big dogs were being dumped out this weekend, Sundowns wanted to follow suit. Clearly, they obviously the team that they put out was not what Galaxy had trained for. Galaxy had trained for the toughest of Sundowns, and it showed because this is the headline: Galaxy knockout Sundowns before the quarterfinals for the first time into since 2019. So sold out stadium, tactical discipline, and clinical finishing from Galaxy. That wasn't luck. That was organization. Roy, what you think?
Yeah. I think with Pirates, I think it's a mentality problem. I think they underestimated this team so much, that you know what, we're gonna sit back. We'll probably score one or two
Oh,
goals
Lulu.
late second half, ne? And it just came back to bite them. It ended in penalties, and still, if a small team, I'm not gonna say they're a small team, they are giant killers, but if they take you the distance, best believe they have something in store for you.
Yeah, they're
They
a
have
small team, man.
uh, you will say that because it hurts, bruh. But yeah, they are a small team. Anyway, we
Yeah,
move
but it
on.
hurts you.
We move on to Sundowns. Are they showing complacency? I think yes. I think that, you know what, they were walking around like this, with their muscles, like, yeah, this is mine. This is my league. I'll show you guys. And then just to lose. I think they're showing complacency, those people. Galaxy on the other end, they are dark horses. They came in there in that match versus Sundowns with a game plan. They executed from start to finish and they got the results. I mean, what more can you ask for? Clean
Oh
sheet.
yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So Nedbank Cup definitely delivered. We are glad that those that were laughing at Chiefs the other time against Stellenbosch now have also joined Stellenbosch as they were
Exactly.
also eliminated. Catholic Stars, we hope you win
Hey,
it
Van Roy.
so that so that
Yeah. Egg
Hey,
Leicester.
Van Roy.
Yeah.
I just have a question. I don't know. Maybe you have
yeah,
the answer. When a Kaiser is playing in the Nedbank Cup,
we
Winner.
are out.
I
We
don't
were out before you,
You know
but
what, Lebza?
we yeah.
Lebza, Um, when it hurts, ne, you always try
Mm,
and find things to make it look better, and it's not that bad, ne, and it hurts.
like
But you don't want to
like
show them that, you know
yeah,
what, the
right
shit is
here.
paining. So you will say anything to
I
distract.
like even going to the history files now because
Yeah,
we were laughed at for this loss against Stellenbosch, so now it's double jeopardy. You can't laugh at us again for the same thing you laughed at us two
yeah,
weeks ago. you know this is your week. You must take it, and at
yeah,
twice
I
we're
don't
about to
care.
get to it. So
yeah,
first
with
of all,
drama.
some Premier League drama. England delivered pure theatre as per normal. Manchester City had a game in hand and they needed to catch up, but they didn't have it easy with Newcastle coming through to the Etihad. Nico O'Reilly scored two. Haaland becoming a supplier. I said if Haaland wants to really succeed in Pep's team, he needs to use other parts of his game. And he did that quite a lot this time. He was dropping quite deep, going to the halfway line. That's what you need in a Pep team. You don't need a person just standing there becoming the Statue of Liberty. No,
Yeah.
you have to be part of the build up. So City are now 2 points behind Arsenal. The title race is alive.
I know definitely without a shadow of a doubt, Lebza, you're spot on. And I think this is probably one of Erling Haaland's best games because even
Mm,
the assist was a spot on pass. But moving on
mm.
from there, we also saw the world champions entertaining Burnley. I don't know if they're world champions in Mawande's dreams or what, but they drew against the lonely Burnley. A 93rd minute equalizer is what I think changed the prospect of the manner in which this game was going. This is
Yeah.
17 points dropped at home for Chelsea,
Yo,
gentlemen. 6 red
uh,
cards in total this season. I mean, that's not bad. Like, that's just poor game management. And then after that, we saw Brentford hosting Brighton. They went down 2-0 at home. James Milner became the all time appearance record holder in the
Yeah,
Premier League. Brighton were calm, they were mature, and they were efficient. But I just want to say, nah, it's a great milestone that James Milner achieved, with becoming
mm,
um, the player with the most, appearances. But James
yeah,
Milner is a cow, man. Nobody really cares about 654 games from a cow
yeah.
like James Milner. If it was another player, with more quality player, a more decisive player, it would be a different story. But
But
that's neither here or there.
but decisive players never play that long. They like moving around,
I
because
mean,
it's like when you're a salesperson. When you're a salesperson in an organization, you can stay for 3-4 years is the longest, and then now you need to go sell another product, another
yeah,
company, because you get a bit stagnant. So even your Neymars,
it depends. It depends,
yeah,
because sometimes you'll find those stalwarts, they're like so excellent at what they do, that they don't even want to move because when they find themselves in that position, It's like, for example, you just said a sales guy who's sitting there, who's a top goal scorer, a top sell. He could be sitting there just so he can enjoy his commission, to avoid having, to accept the promotion, really have all the responsibility that will cost him to be in the office all the time. Like if you take Ryan Giggs, for example, just a simple example, the man was super fit. I think he also, clocked up the same amount of games that you would probably associate maybe with the Paolo Maldini. You see, he created his legend, he sustained it, and he lived long enough to see himself not become a villain. So these things, they do
Yeah.
happen, Lebs. It's
Yeah,
just
but
that James Miller is a cow. So I think
it,
if it
hap-
was
it,
a
it
guy with
happens
more
to
quality, he
players.
would have been celebrated more.
It happens to players like that, like Gareth Barry, because I think Gareth Barry was the last one who held that record. You
Yeah.
know. But anyway, Roy,
I
what else
like
happened
I
in the
like
Premier
Gareth
League,
Bale when
brother?
he played for.
He played for City also.
Yeah, sure. So we also saw Aston Villa faced off Leeds. Aston Villa was actually at home.
You,
I watched that game. That was a very very good free
yo,
kick
yo,
that
yo.
actually took. Yo, I was impressed. I don't wanna lie. That guy, I think his name is Tash, if I'm not mistaken. But that guy really really showed up for his team. I mean, the distance, the angle as well, and he actually shoot it right past the wall. So that was actually a banger. But Temi Abrams, he came on and then he scored a late equalizer. So big ups to him, coming from the bench, proving why he needs to be in that starting 11. So that match ended in a 1-all draw. Then we saw the champions elect, should I say, versus Spurs. Spurs played at home. They did Spurs things. They actually lost that match. It ended in a 4-1 loss to Spurs. It was a statement win. Eberechi Eze, on the other end, he was tormenting Spurs once again. Arsenal had restored that 5-point lead at the top. However, City still has a game in hand, so they have played one more match than everyone else. Um, but yeah, that's champions. That's a champions performance. What can I say? Also, we saw Sunderland. They had faced Fulham. Sunderland was at home. They had succumbed to a loss. It was a 3-1 loss for them. Raul Jimenez scored a brace. Big ups to him. It proves why he is there in the starting 11. And then we had Nottingham Forest that faced my beloved Liverpool. It was a tough match. It was a tough match, yo. First half, we didn't see anything. I don't want to lie. But yeah, McDen in the 97th minute scored a winner. There was VAR drama. But yeah, the City grounds were furious, man. Like the fans, from the fans to the coach as well. Yeah, everyone was just angry. But anyway, a win is a win. It doesn't matter how ugly or how clean you win. At the end of the day, it's 3 points that matters. Nelebza, it's three
Yeah.
points. Lift your hand up if you
Mhm.
got 3 points.
Yo,
Okay.
Yeah, near. Hey, the lotion
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
But
okay.
anyway, we are not there yet. We are not there yet. We saw Crystal
Hey.
Palace played at home against Wolves. That match ended in a 1-0 win for Crystal Palace. Evan Guson, he scored in the 90th minute, and it just gives the coach, that room to breathe because Oliver Glasner puts himself under pressure. Thibaut, Thibaut Lava Ultra. Are you with us, bruh?
caramel.
It's just frozen.
Oh, Chance, I'm sorry. This thing is freezing on my side. There are gremlins that have crept in, man. Hey, excuse, but you know what,
Oh,
Van Roy, ne? There's three things that we need to take into account. Ne? Arsenal have become mentality monsters because the more they keep on dropping points in draws, the more they come back stronger from that performance, because everyone, I think, is expecting them to bottle everything. Chelsea, on the other hand, they have a discipline crisis. I don't know if they are bandits there, or if you know what, it's just a congregation of boys, but they're doing their best to just, put themselves in the red zone, because as of late,
Yeah.
I don't think or feel that things have developed ever since they let go of Enzo Maresca. Liverpool, on the other hand, I don't know, there's something here that the production team put in where they mentioned that Liverpool could possibly be clutch kings. I don't know how. I don't know how. Taking into account the manner in which the season has transpired, I'll say again, I've always felt like when Liverpool are concerned, Dominic Sobosloy is their very best player. And if he is firing on all cylinders, then Liverpool have half a chance. Elebza.
All right, all right. Let's shake it up with some La Liga here because Spain flipped upside down as it did the other weekend. We start off with Osasuna, who took on Real Madrid. So this match looked like it was going 1-1, you know? And obviously, if you've watched Real Madrid matches, you'd be like, ah, man, Real Madrid is going to get a penalty soon. When it was like 90 minutes, you were like, I'm sure. Real Madrid is going to get a penalty. They're going to walk away with the 3 points. I know. This team kept on pushing. Then Osasuna got their winner. 90th minute winner by Raul Garcia. Madrid were stunned. Like after that goal went in, they couldn't even pass. They didn't even know what to do. Actually, they were just falling on their own. So Barcelona capitalized 24 hours later. Barcelona capitalized 24 hours later because obviously Real Madrid can't hold on to a lead, man. Oh, they can't even hold the spot at the top. That's how hot it is. So they had to get out of the kitchen so Barcelona could master chef this league like they usually do. Barcelona hosted Levante 3-0, 3 points, back to the summit, confidence restored.
Yeah, then we saw Atletico Madrid entertaining Espanyol in a 6-goal thriller. It ended 4 goals to the good for Atletico Madrid against the 2 for Espanyol. The goal drought, I think, has ended, or rather, I think Atletico Madrid have found their winning boots, because over the last couple of games they have been scoring a lot of goals, but I don't know. I think their performances have been fluctuating a lot. The title race pressure is still on, but the manner in which Atletico Madrid have been playing, maybe in the last 10 games or so, I don't think they are title contenders. If they find themselves in contention for the title, then I don't know. I think it would be more action added to this current La Liga campaign. After that, we go to the Estadio de la Ceramica, where we saw the Yellow Submarine Villarreal entertaining Valencia. It ended in a 2-1 victory to the home side. They remained third. It was a derby win, consummate performance from the Yellow Submarine. And then we move on to Celta de Vigo, who were entertaining Real Mallorca. Iago Aspas put on another masterclass. I think he is in the twilight of his career, and if he continues in this vein, then Celta de Vigo could well be within their rights to stake a claim for the Europa League title. We also saw Real Sociedad entertaining Real Oviedo. Real Oviedo are in a relegation battle. This was a 6-goal thriller that ended in 3-3. I think it's definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the game of the weekend. Pure chaos, end-to-end action. You can't ask for more. Evan Roy.
Yeah, it is true. Hey, Lebza, you remember
Yo.
last week Friday, ne? When you were sitting like this, and Tibo said, encourage this, man. I said to you, ne, those were my words. I said, just because Real Madrid are ahead doesn't mean that they are winning.
Yes,
Proves
yes.
my point. It exactly proves my point. Madrid was
See.
blinking. They just blinked, ne? And then
Mm,
Barca punished, ne?
yes.
Barca punished with menace. And if you look at both matches, ne, if you compare it, ne, you would see that that match between Osasuna and Madrid, that was very, very close. For me, that was a 50-50. I didn't see Madrid actually running away with that match. from the first whistle. I actually wanted to watch an EPL game. Vatu came here, he put on that game, and yeah, he was called. This is what we call. He was sucking. He was, he was hoping and praying that they actually lose. But then, yeah, the result speaks for itself. Barcelona punished. They're sitting pretty at the top. I hope they can keep that up. But then we have Atletico Madrid that is lurking in third place. They are lurking. So if one of those two are gonna slip up, it's going to be Chai.
Won't happen. Only Real Madrid will slip up. Tibo.
Yeah,
Yeah. That remains to be seen, gentlemen. Let's move on to some lasagna. Lasagna that we can only find from the Syria. Syria movements have been crazy this past weekend. We saw Inter Milan playing away to Lecce. They came away with a 2-0 win. That is 7 consecutive wins, gentlemen. Inter Milan mean business. They want to get back their Scudetto.
yeah.
And Juventus, I think, gentlemen, they have come off the boil totally. First, it was the defeat in the Champions League, and now they lost to Cesc Fabregas's Como as they hosted them at the Allianz Stadium. Another defeat for Juve, with Como sitting on the cusp of European qualification. AS Roma, on the other hand, they scored 3 goals without reply versus Cremonese. Champions League hopes for them are also alive as they sit comfortably in the 3rd position. AC Milan, on the other hand, lost ground on Inter Milan after they succumbed to a 1-0 defeat to Parma. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was hospitalized in this game. And I don't know, Milan, they continue to slip as this is another game where they were unable to get maximum points. Atalanta, on the other hand, they stuck another nail in the head of this Napoli side. They took them down 2-1 at the New Balance Stadium. Lazar Samacic was a super sub who created 2 goals from 2 set pieces. And now this is 9 games unbeaten for the Bergamo side. And I think it's all hands on deck now for Antonio Conte and his Napoli side. Hey, Lebza, what kind?
Yeah, no, you know what? In the Lasagna League, definitely things are happening right there at the top, but it's clear that there's only going to be one winner of the Scudetto, and that's Inter. You know, the other teams might have nice drama, nice issues happening, but Inter is just consistent. They are winning matches. As you said, they've won like 7 consecutively. Like, I don't think anyone will catch them. Juve, on the other hand, they lost, I think, 6 something, right? The other day. Bad loss. And now they come back home and Cesc Fabregas goes ahead and gives them another hiding. So Juve are in a crisis. And didn't they just bring on this new coach, Thibaut? So
Yeah,
they might they might
yes.
What's his name?
Luciano Spalletti took over from Igor Tudor.
Yeah.
Who's coaching Tottenham Hotspur right now. I think Spalletti had a spell of good games, but hey, you know, since this Champions League clash against Galatasaray, I think things are not looking good, man.
Nah, Spalletti flimsy like spaghetti. Anyway, Atlanta. You know what? With 9 games unbeaten, they're starting to become the Atlanta that we usually know of recent years. That disrupt the top, that make it quite deep into Europe. So let's see what happens. Obviously, Lukman has left, but I know Atlanta is those type of teams like Atletico Madrid that know how to lose a star and still carry on. You know, so quite interesting to see how Italy will fare up.
Hey, Lebza, where did Lukman go to and for how much did they sell him?
He's at Atletico Madrid.
For how much did they sell him?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Chico, do you have any idea?
Thibaut has no idea because
I
the
think
players did
he
not
went
go
for
to Real
25 million
Madrid.
euro, Van Roy.
25 million.
I think he went for 25 million euro, Van Roy.
So if you look at what he has achieved, the amount of goals, the type of player he is, do you think that 25 million was worth it for him? Do you think it's too little? Do you think they could have gotten more money for him?
He left too late.
Too late, no?
Yes, there was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
time.
definitely.
There was a time when Lookman was hot property at Atalanta, when Atalanta was coached by this other old man. And it's when I think they made it deep into the Champions
Piero
League.
Gasperini.
They, yes, he was wanted at that time. You see, at that time, they could have put a nice price on him, and some of these big spenders could have actually given him a nice contract. Sometimes loyalty is not loyal to the pocket.
Yeah.
No, it's not necessarily loyalty. PSG, they wanted to sign him, right? At the beginning of last season, right? But the issue was the money. So Atalanta did not want to sell to an Italian side for a fee less than 50 million. And Atalanta were not prepared to accept a fee million from any side outside of Italy. And PSG were not prepared to pay more than 30 million for Ademula Lukman. So, you know, Ademula Lukman wanted to go. He submitted a transfer request. The club didn't let him go.
Nah, he should have gone long ago, man. Now his price is down. You should have gone long ago. But anyway, Roy, take us out, man.
Yeah. Okay, just a quick roundup. We saw League One twists. PSG versus Metz. Or Tibo, how do you pronounce it? Is it Metz or is
You're correct, dog.
okay?
You're correct, dog.
I'm
Don't
just
worry.
checking. Yeah, I
You're
don't want to
correct.
offend
Hey,
anybody.
you
That
know when
keeps
Liverpool
forgetting
wins, you become a
Macaroni.
problem. Hey.
Yeah, yeah. So PSG faced
Hey,
Metz. That match ended in a 3-0 win for PSG at home. They move back to the top. I want to see consistency from this PSG. I know that it's Dembele's team, but yeah, we must see more of other players also rising to the occasion and keeping that consistency. So they are back to the top. I don't know for how long, but we'll see. Then we saw Monaco and Lens. Like Tipo says, Lens. It's not Lens.
yes.
It's Lens.
Ah, I,
It's Lens.
ay.
Yeah, so Monaco faced Lens. Monaco was at home. That match ended in a 5-goal thriller, of which Monaco came out victorious. They were called or labeled the comeback kings of that match. Then we saw Strasbourg faced off Lyon. They basically annihilated Lyon, bringing a 13-game winning streak to an end. Yeah, Nepo Endrick and company. So yeah, that is quite heartbreaking. 13 games unbeaten is a very, very long stretch, but then it only proves that, you know what, there is somebody that is going to get that target that's on your back. And Strasbourg actually came through and they delivered. Then we saw Nice and Lorient. Did I say it? Lorient.
Van Roy. Ay.
I'm telling you,
Van Roy.
I'm telling you, I'm busy sorting my passport out. I must just get a visa. I'm
Hey,
going, Baba. I'm going. Yeah, so that match ended in a stalemate. The score
Mm.
was 3, ended in a draw. There was late twist, late chaos. And yeah, that is football, ladies and gentlemen. I expect nothing less than that.
Oh yeah, we get into the flops and the props of the week. Get your votes in, ladies and gentlemen. On the flop side, we've got three, which I think maybe we should just make a combination of you are all flops. But hey, Pirates got knocked out, penalty shootout by Kasrik Stars. Juventus spiraling. So if they lose in the next week again, it's going to be very bad for them. Three wins, I mean three
Yeah.
losses in a row, a hat trick of losses. I think that coach will be fired the morning of that day. And then Real Madrid also collapsing versus Osasuna. Let's get your votes in. Thibaut, Pirates, Juventus, Real Madrid.
I'm giving it to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay,
Who's
so
Orlando
yeah, 'cause-
Pirates side. It's Orlando
this is
Pirates
what I
side.
want to ask.
They continue.
This is what I want to ask him, Lebza. So the one for Pirates was more painful than the one for Madrid.
Yeah, no, no. Remember the league. We're still on. You know, it's still not decided between
Yeah,
Barca and
they're out
whatnot.
of
But
the
when
yeah,
you're out of a cup,
Hey, you
you're
know what,
out,
Van
man. You
Roy?
know.
yeah,
Hey, you know what, Van Roy? Where Real Madrid are concerned, right? La Liga is harder to win than the Champions League. You know.
yeah.
So, one way or another, I think I'd be heartbroken if we were eliminated out of the Champions League rather than La Liga. La Liga, there's just too many things there. There's Javier Tebas, there's Jose Enriquez Negreira, you know, there's
That case is
penalty a
still going
favor
on.
Barcelona. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
What was that?
yesterday, so in yesterday's match, what help did Osasuna get?
It wasn't a penalty. The angle that the
It,
VAR showed the foul from, the angle that Thibaut Courtois didn't touch that guy. He didn't put his foot on that guy. But the angle that they showed it
mm,
with, it looked like it was a foul. This
but
is not sour grape. This is just, you know, more of the
they have
same for what
called
you get from La Liga.
they have called weaker penalties for your team, and you've never complained. Where they sneeze past
I don't
Mbappe
know
and
about
he
that.
falls.
Oh, I don't know about that. Only you would know about that.
You
But
you
it's
you
fine.
sound like Sevilla, denying and agreeing at the same time. Anyway,
No, you know what, Lebs? No, you
mm,
know what, Lebs? At least, ne? Um, I still have a trip to the Camp Nou, and I think that trip to the Camp Nou is the one that's going to decide who is
Yeah.
taking La Liga. Ne? So you can enjoy this 1 point lead for now, and then we'll solve everything at the Camp Nou.
Okay.
I
We'll see.
remember Lamine is fasting. Lamine is fasting. I hope you come while he's fasting. Light and
And you must
clean,
remember,
pure.
you must remember the last Clasico at the Camp Nou. I beat you. This will be
Yeah.
the first Clasico at the Camp Nou since okay, I don't know if you did renovations, bro. Everything still looks the same. But this will be the first Clasico since your would-be renovations.
Well, welcome, and we will give you a proper what you call tour around the house, and you will walk out with no Tupperware, with zero, because we will make sure that you finish your food in the
LED live
house.
from Timu. LED live from
Yes.
Timu.
And then
All right. Um,
Roy, who
my,
is your flop?
my flop of the week, I'm giving it to Juve. Um, Purely because they're basically spiraling. And if you look at it, ne, it's like things are not getting better for them. It
Mm.
would have been different if you got hurt, you fell off that bike, you got the scar, you learn from it, and you lick your wounds and you actually try and not repeat the same mistakes. But then yeah, for them, I see collapse that's coming. I give mine to Juve.
Me too. I give mine to Juve because actually Paris and Real Madrid made my weekend. So for me, they should have been uh, they should have been on the prop side. You see, yeah, they should have been on the prop side because I would have
Hey,
been like
Lebza.
Real Madrid a prop, Pirates a prop for me.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lebza,
Nia.
no mega vandaag.
Eh?
No mega
No, no,
vandaag.
no. It's a Monday. No, no, no. Friday. And last week was also because I was sad from my Monday loss against what you call that thing. What's that team that Girona? You see.
Mm,
But now I can drink water and because my teams are healthy. You know.
Against Atletico. Hey, hey.
A
Against
comeback.
Atletico.
A comeback is happening. They beat us 3-0. We'll beat them 4-0.
yeah,
Yabo.
Nia.
All right. We get into the props. The props are Arsenal statement win in the derby versus Tottenham. London is red. Or Como doing the double over Juve. Imagine, eh? Says Fabregas is doing magic lapa. Or TS Galaxy
Yeah.
shocking Masandawana. Who is your prop, Roy?
Me, I'm going with Como because they are, that vigilante, that wannabe hero, but slash
Underdog.
villain on the side. Yeah, they are them.
Mm,
Like, you know what? Nobody's gonna tell me, "Kak." I'm going to do what I
mm.
want to do, and I don't care who's in my way. I'm gonna show you
Hey,
flames, and that's basically what they're doing week in, week out. It's not to say that they do it one week, they are quiet for the next, they are quiet, then they do it again month and no. Anytime is tea time for them. So I'm giving it to Como.
Tibo?
gentlemen, Askis, I have to give it to Arsenal. Ne? Like last no, not last week during the week they dropped points against Wolverhampton Rovers. Ne? And I think anyone could have been forgiven for assuming that this was the beginning of the end. Instead, they came back and they scored 3 goals without reply. Oh no, it was 4 goals. They scored 4 goals. Excuse me. Yeah, in their 4-1 win. So I don't know, man. I don't want to say it's gonna take a miracle, but it's gonna take a monumental stuff up for Arsenal to relinquish the reins from this title, gentlemen. They look like they are a real problem and a major prospect to take this Premier League title this year. Prop of the week,
And
Arsenal.
uh,
No, I don't think they have a chance, brother, because the thing is there's still a few games to go, and they're gonna be playing some relegation threatened teams, and they are being chased by what you call a wild dog, not a hyena. They are two different
yeah,
things. A
and I
wild
think
dog
A chance,
never
a chance,
stops.
a chance, a chance. Askis, ne? I
yeah,
don't want to be fine. But is this a good time to lay down a wager? I can hear Lebza is saying Arsenal are not gonna make it. Ne?
You know?
Is this a good time to lay down a wager?
I
Yeah,
think it is. I think it is a very very good time to lay down a wager. I think um if you look at who they gonna play next, if you look at the next five, I think they still have City in there as well. They
yeah.
still have
Yeah.
City in there as well, and it's
City are
like
gonna
never.
lose.
Okay, we'll see.
I told you that
Come
Tibo
on.
supports Arsenal.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
is.
For me, my prop of the week is
Nah,
definitely
I
Galaxy.
don't
Is
support Arsenal, bruh. You know I don't support Arsenal. But Arteta is on the brink, bruh. I want him to prove me wrong.
well,
Yeah, listen.
hopefully, yeah.
And that happens every year, ne?
Hopefully,
Arsenal is on the brink. This
yeah,
year,
I know.
Arsenal
I
quadruple,
know.
treble,
I
this, that,
know. I
that,
know.
Club World
I
Cup,
know.
this, that, Champions League.
I will no. The the season passed. Ne? It looked like they were going to commandeer the Premier League from Manchester City, and it
Yeah.
looked
Okay,
like they were getting close, but no cigar. But this season, gents, come on, man,
okay. Oh, just
come on.
let me just give you guys this.
At least admit that this year they
They're a
really look like a problem.
challenge.
Okay,
Oh, a
let
Yeah.
me give you
challenge.
guys. Let me give you
They're a
guys the next
challenge.
five, ne? Next five matches for Arsenal, ne? On the first
Oh,
of March,
Lulu.
they're playing Chelsea, ne? That is
Yeah.
home. On the 4th of March, they're playing Brighton away from home. Ne? The 15th of March, it's Everton at home. Then Bournemouth at
At
home.
3 points.
Then City at home.
Mm.
Sorry, away. Sorry. They're
So
playing
listen,
City away.
from a possible 15, ne? City 3 points, ne? Chelsea 3 points, Everton 3 points.
Yeah. Well, we will have to see, Tibo. We will have to see. So
Yeah,
look, my prop of the week is TX Galaxy, guys, because they also made my weekend. Sundowns was starting to be a little too energized from their win against Pirates. As Chiefs fans, we supported them for that match only. It ended Wednesday. We
yeah.
were not friends after that. So thank you for doing the work. So now we were supporting Castric Stars and we're supporting TX Galaxy. They did the Lord's work. They did the Lord's work.
Yo. Yeah, and like
Yeah,
gentlemen,
gents.
ne? I just want us to sort that. So what are we putting down? What's this wager? One bottle of America that side, one Hennessy this side, one monkey shoulder this side, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me, I'll put in an Omega bottle.
Okay, I mean, me, I'll do the monkey shoulder, Van Roy.
Let me think.
Delgado.
No, I'm gonna put in something extremely strong in there. I want
Mm.
whoever is going to win this, they're gonna be fucked up drunk at the end of that night or morning or days to come. So I'm putting in straw rum.
You.
Yeah. Roy, whoever wins this wager wants to celebrate, not fight
Yeah.
afterwards.
I'm
Not,
just
not, no,
Bro,
not be angry.
what are you
I'm
doing,
just
bro?
kidding. I'm just kidding. What I think, what will be suitable,
What are you doing, bro?
a very good wager. I think a Shivas, or it would be a Johnny Walker bottle. I'll see.
All right, we'll check. We'll see. Well, guys, you heard it first right here that Timo supports Arsenal, that Liverpool definitely have no chance to win the league, and Man City are the wild dogs chasing behind Arsenal. And Arsenal are the wounded dog, the wounded hyena, or the wounded, what you call this thing, springback, that will be caught by Man City. Timo, close it out for us, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Gentlemen, it's been a great weekend. I think a lot of giants fell. The leaders changed, and the pressure it is rising everywhere. This is why we love football, because there is no therefore. We don't just report it; we argue about it. Yeah, sure. Thank you for joining us on another edition of Let's Argue, Let's See Each Other on Monday. Yeah, sure. Tiwo Lava Ultra featuring the Mood Engineer, featuring Fanroy Hambolalu Pindugui.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, Chapam Zanzi.